Hey guys, MC Mura here, and today we're gonna do our favorite thing to do as Street Fighter 6 players. We're gonna speculate. Oh my god, it is that exciting time of year where a batch is coming. We don't know. We're gonna talk about rumors and leaks. Oh my god, I love it. As you know, during EVO Japan, there was a playable build for Street Fighter 6 that featured Elena, and players were only able to pick Elena. But it was a build that is like a future build that probably carries like the next balance changes for the game, right? A Season 3 build. And people were able to find out some changes to the game mechanics. Supposedly, we don't know the extent, we don't have the full picture, we don't even know if this is gonna stick, if this is gonna be 100% true. There are some notable figures like Chris F that does confirm the changes, but we're gonna have to wait and see. We never know if this is final. And the changes do have to do with perfect parry, and today we're gonna speculate how this may change the game going forward. Again, very much grain and salt. Take everything with a grain of salt because we don't know the full extent, but it's fun, right? It's fun to speculate and play theory fighter. Now, as you know, in Street Fighter 6 currently, you press medium punch and medium kick, character turns blue, assume a parry stance, and there is obviously like and parrying in general is very much like blocking. Like say that Ryu here jumped, obviously I can just hold back and block, or I can just hold the parry stance and it's a block button. It's a block button that if you happen to press perfectly, you can get a perfect parry, right? That's how it works right now. And the thing about it is you don't really have to hold the direction. See, I'm just pressing neutral and parry, right? And here I got some perfect parry. I can even be holding like forward and parry and I'm getting the perfect parry. There isn't even like a low high, so if say Ryu is doing a crouch medium kick, I'm still pressing neutral and parry, and Terry is parrying low by himself, right? I don't have to press down whatsoever. Here I got the perfect parry, no down input. Now the proposed change, the ones that we are hearing of, is that this will no longer work. If you want to perfect parry low attacks, you're gonna have to down back and press the parry button, and if you want a perfect parry everything else, you have to hold back and press parry. Now here is where this gets kinda spicy, because we don't know what happens if you get the perfect parry timing without like meeting the requirements of guessing if it's a mid or if it's low, right? Maybe you just get a similar thing to a projectile where there isn't the screen freeze, you're still getting the perfect parry, but like that, but no screen freeze. We don't know if that's the case. And if that is the case, I think that will be kind of disappointing because that doesn't really change much. Because the thing about it is you can still buffer like the input, and because with regular parries, like you are stuck in block stun. Like say, I can press parry and then press grab. If I happen to get a perfect parry on the fireball, I'm gonna throw Ryu. Here I didn't, throw didn't come out. Let's try it one time, let's hopefully get a perfect parry. See? Right? This is an option select. If not getting the direction and parry right, if that means that you just don't get the screen freeze but frame advantage doesn't change, this is what's gonna happen. I don't think that will affect the game that much. It will probably be like a visual thing, but high level players, they're gonna option select the hell out of this because it's really easy. I don't think this is what Capcom is gonna do personally. I think there have to be a real difference in frame advantage between going for the mid parry or going for the low parry. Like, why would you introduce such change if that is entirely the point? But if the idea is, will I have to guess between mid and low to get the perfect parry? And the adequate parry, I'm gonna call it the adequate parry. If the adequate parry is like you just get slightly more frame advantage on block, I think then we can have something interesting. But let's talk about now just wanting to get the perfect parry freeze, right? Because this is what's really interesting. Having to guess between a mid or a low parry will change the game a lot. I will show you a couple of situations where this could impact a lot. Terry, passing sway. Do you parry forward? Do you parry backwards? Which direction do you want? Now, if the entire thing is gonna be like, alright, Ryu's gonna block, but his block is gonna be like a regular drive parry, that's fine. Honestly, for a character like Terry, that's gonna be fine because I'm still plus. Here I'm gonna be -2, but whatever, I'm still safe. That significantly changes the risk reward. The main issue with it right now is that the opponent can just tap perfect parry, and here I'm -18, here I'm -20. But if I have to hold the direction, if I have to hold back to block it and get the perfect parry, then yeah, that significantly buffs something like Terry's passing sway. And you know what else get buffed with this left-right? This thing. And as soon as I picked Honda, I'm sure you already know what I'm talking about, right? Oh my god, just thinking about this is giving me nightmare. But that, yeah, because that can hit cross-ups. So if you do have to pick a direction, then yeah, this significantly buff left-right mix-up. This takes away a lot of the risk from the left-right mix-ups. But it's not just that. As you know, when you're playing a game like Street Fighter, typically holding down back is the de facto way of blocking. So if Ryu's like going for a block string like that, just 3 jabs, typically as a Terry, I'm just gonna hold down back. Right? Typically, I'm just gonna hold down back. And in this scenario, I can try to maybe like fish for a parry. Right? If I happen to get the perfect parry, great. If I didn't, well, that's fine. I didn't lose much, right? This is how the game operates right now. But if I'm holding down back to block, I don't get to perfect parry here. Like if Ryu is just doing like 3 jab string, like say 3 jabs into Hashogeki, right? Let's keep it something like this. If I'm holding down back here, I'm not getting the perfect parry. I may get the parry as a block, or I may get like the adequate parry, but I'm not getting the perfect parry. Now suddenly Ryu doing this, or just 3 jabs, now that is something that I have to know. I have to guess which one he's going for, right? Should I just hold back, or should I just hold down back? And if I'm holding back, does that leave me vulnerable? But it's not gonna leave you vulnerable because you are still gonna get the block from the regular parry, but you're not gonna get the perfect parry. And this is gonna make offense a lot safer for the Ryu in this instance. It's not gonna increase the risk on the defender, but it's gonna decrease the risk on the attacker. You see what I'm saying? So the character that's going for the aggressive action, they're gonna be a little bit less, they're gonna be a bit safer going for it, right? Now this is gonna be different than just that. See what I'm going with this one? But it's not just that. So something like a drive rush overhead or a drive rush low. This is also another thing that is gonna get buffed. Now you have to guess, right? So overhead low is also gonna come back as a big factor. There are other things that could be impacted as well, and I think a big part of them is charged characters. Say that I am Terry and I'm fighting like a DJ. Let's actually make it the other way around. Let me pick the DJ and let's say Luke jump in. Because one thing about it is you can get the perfect parry to block high attacks. Like say that Luke here jumping, right? I can block the high attacks with a parry and still charge. So I can be down backing here, and even if Luke jumps, see, like DJ will stand up to block, but I'm still charging, so I can immediately go into a reversal. And this is one thing that charge players love to do, right? Like they may hold on back, try to get a perfect parry on you. Why is it whiffing? Let's record it, right? Right? If I got the perfect parries, that's great. If I didn't, I get a punish, or like if I didn't, I still have the option to like OD reversal. This is like if now you have to hold back to get the perfect parry potentially, that is a nerf to that charged type of reversals. So I do think this change, despite it being like a minor change, like in theory, in practice, it will change a lot. But what is probably gonna get changed the most, where this change is targeting specifically, is drive rush option select, right? Because as it stands right now, you might do forward, what gotta go for like the perfect drive rush, which is forward parry, right? That, and if you happen to press during like the perfect parry window, you do get a parry. So say that Luke is jumping, and I'm gonna go for perfect drive rush with Cam. You see, this was a perfect drive rush input, and I happen to get the perfect parry. And the thing here is, if Luke empty jumped, right? I'm getting a drive rush, so I'm getting the aggressive action. This specific change, I feel like this option select is what Capcom is targeting with this very specific change. This is exactly what you're going after, which is, you know what? It seems like Capcom is doubling down on like hunting option selects, but again, if adequate parries, if all the idea is now adequate parries just still give you the same frame advantage, but they can be option selected behind, I don't know. I don't know how much that, for me that would be slightly lame, I'm not gonna lie, but expect to see a lot more buffering, a lot more option selects behind parries, because it's gonna be a lot harder to get a perfect parry now. And I do think this is something that is kind of good overall, because perfect parries I feel like should be a lot more hype, but because of how common they are, as they kind of lost a lot of the hype. Anyways, what are your thoughts on this change? Do you think this is something that is really cool? Do you not love it? I would love to hear your thoughts all about it in the comment section below. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter, and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe.